Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome, everyone, to Butte, America. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, joined by our favorite cameraman, Coleman Caton. Coleman, welcome back to the scene.
Good afternoon, Chris. It's been a little time off, but I'm glad to be back at it.
It's good to have you back. I know the fans miss your spectacular camera work, and we're going to get you in on some color commentary action today as well.
Awesome. I'm really excited to run both here, and just a heads up, we're also doing live Twitter updates, and shoot us a follow and let us know where you're coming and listening in from.
Alrighty. Well, the Missoula Mavericks are in Butte, America, Butte, Montana, for a doubleheader with the Butte Miners back to conference play after a 3-week tournament section. Of course, there was some conference games that were sprinkled in there, but now, Coleman, we get to the meat of the conference season, as from here on out, it's all conference play, and, well, not that every game doesn't matter, but conference, we're getting ready for that state tournament.
Absolutely. And Chris, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the state tournament's up in Kalispell this?
Yes, the Kalispell Lakers will be hosting the AA state tournament this year. The A state tournament will be in Miles City, Montana.
And that's from Thursday the 26th till Sunday the 29th?
Yep, and then the the A tournament will start up right as that one finishes up and rolls through the week. So as we get ready to go here, the coaches just finished up the plate talk with our umpires, and we are now ready to go. The official scorer, Lawrence King, has made his way into the complex, and we're ready for some Legion baseball. We're going to go ahead and jump into our starting lineups for today's game, and we'll start with the Butte Miners as per tradition. Leading off will be number 18, Rylan Richards. He's going to hang out in left field. Number 8, Liam Summer will hang out in right field. Left fielder Richards, right fielder Summer, and he'll bat second. Batting third will be the third baseman, number 15, Justin Summers. Number 13, Ryan Moudry will be the wall behind the plate at the catcher position, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 1, Connor Miranda. Number 3, the center fielder, Austin Jerry, will bat sixth. Batting seventh will be number 9, Peyton Heddick. He's a designated hitter. The second baseman will bat eighth. That's number 4, Scout Allen. And rounding it out is the shortstop, number 7, Cash Kelly. The man on the bump for the Miners today is number 11, Ryan Wall. Now for the Missoula Mavericks, their leadoff man is the veteran, number 2, James Martin. He'll hold down second. The shortstop, number 10, Brendan Buchanan, will bat second. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 7, Dane Frazier. The kid, number 11, Caden Heydrich, will be the designated hitter. He'll bat fourth. Batting fifth will be number 14, Connor Daniels. He'll hang out in right fielder. Our good man on the field.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful complex up there, and you talked about Mr. Hill up here on the hill for the Mavs this week, but Chris, we're kind of the guys on the hill today. I mean, look at this view that we got going on here for everybody watching at home.
Yeah, one of my favorite places to watch a Legion baseball, of course, my very favorite place would be Lindbergh Craig Field in Missoula, but here in Butte, it's gorgeous. You have the mine in the background, and just having that is just it's just a great view up here. They were thinking when they put this field up here on the hill. I don't think there's a better place in Butte for a baseball game.
Absolutely not. Looking down on the whole town, and, you can see the M to the left, and it's just a spectacular place. Mother Mary up on the hill on the right. Great placement.
Exactly. So we're getting ready here. Mavericks will have Butte today with a doubleheader. Then we move to the Mavericks heading to Canada. They will take on Medicine Hat Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately, those are the only 3 games the Missoula Prep Sports Network will not be covering this year for the Mavericks. We will not be going to Canada this year, but we'll pick everything back up in regular play next week in Kalispell. And then, of course, we've got the state tournament just a few weeks away here. And the Missoula Prep Sports Network will have both AA and A coverage of those state tournaments. And then the Mavericks hosting the Northwest Regional Tournament for the 2nd year in a row. So the players have taken the field, and we are just moments away. We'll have the national anthem here in just a moment, as before every sporting event, we always honor those that serve, those that continue to serve, and those that have fallen in service, so that we can come out and enjoy a Legion baseball game on a gorgeous Tuesday night. So very thankful for all those that have done that for us as they finish out the lineups here for the Butte Miners. Alrighty, there's the call for the national anthem. We'll step aside for a few moments while we honor our nation.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, joined by the one and only Coleman Caton, our cameraman. Coleman will be doing color commentary for us throughout the doubleheader today, Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners, as we are set to go. The Miners, their man on the bump is Ryan Wall. We will have Martin Buchanan and Frazier due up here at the start of the game to lead off for the Mavericks. Gorgeous day here in Butte. Got a great breeze, as you can tell, with the American flag in the camera view, giving us a salute out there, waving away as we get set to go. So we're excited. Mavericks getting into conference play. This is the heart of the season. It all comes down to these last few weeks. The Mavericks, they've been playing some decent ball. They actually had the non-conference game against Sandpoint on Sunday, and almost all pitchers got some play in that one as they went a pitcher per inning until Caden Heydrich came up. Heydrich had a couple of innings, and then James Martin and Dylan Chalmers would finish it out on that 8-0 win over Northern Idaho. So James Martin comes to the plate. To start things off for the Missoula Mavericks, we want to say hello to all of our Maverick fans out in video land. I know that the voice of the Mavericks, as we have our first pitch, Martin will hit this one over the first baseman's head. It'll land fair, and we'll have first pitch at 5:02.
Awesome, and that's a great way to start there for the Mavericks, Chris.
Yeah, that's a great hit there for Martin, as he has been a little slow to get going for the Mavericks as of late, but there's always a little bit of a roller coaster ride for batters. And Buchanan's going to hit this one into center field. Center fielder is back on the back pedal. It'll go over the glove. And the Mavericks will have runners at second and third now.
Absolutely.
To start out the game.
And these teams have gone at it before, and they've been close. I don't think we have any games that were too far off. And if we had, they're all mainly just double headers, and they kind of evened it out in the second game.
Yeah, the Mavericks hosted Butte the first time, and the Mavericks would get a sweep on that one as Dane Frazier comes to the plate. And then on the trip here, we would split as the first pitch by Wall will slide over the plate for strike one to Dane Frazier. So evenly matched teams earlier. Let's see what some experience and play has done. And second pitch will be high to even us out at 1.
Yeah, both teams have gone into a couple tournaments and have really rounded out their play skills over these last couple of weeks and months.
And that's kind of what the tournament play is for, is Frazier's going to hit this one into the gap in right field. That'll bring Martin home. Here comes Buchanan around the corner at third. Frazier's going to round the corner at second. He's going to make his way to third. He is on his way and will stand up at third base. And Dane Frazier will have a triple with 2 RBIs. And the Mavericks take a 2-0 lead with no outs. And that brings us Caden Heydrich, the designated hitter. Heydrich, the youngest player on the Mavericks, as the first pitch is down and low for strike one. And he's really come on here as of late at the plate. Also a pitcher for the Mavericks. Here's the Wall pitch. And we'll even out at 1. So no outs here.
Before the game, I was watching these Mavs warm up in the batting cage, and they were really eyeing in on some fastballs and seeing what's a strike and what's not. And it turns out it's paying off really well here in this first inning. They're really dialed in right now, and some of the best batting I've seen from them all season.
Yeah, they're really focused in here. The next few weeks are very critical to the Mavericks' future at the state tournament, as Heydrich will give us an even count on that swing for strike 2. Connor Daniels stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with Dane Frazier at third. Butte fans making their way in. The Muckers warming up in their batting cages as they have practice. I believe they had a game last night as we go to a full count at 3-2. I think I heard some of the Butte fans talking about Butte players talking about the Muckers game, and Hydro's going to hit this one off the hands. He'll stay alive as it goes foul at 3-2. Heydrich at the Rapid City tournament had a very tough road to go, going against Post 22, who was a polished team. And Heydrich will be struck out for out number 1 here in the top of the first. Now we go to the right fielder, number 14, Connor Daniels. 1 down, 2 runs on the board for the Mavericks, with Dane Frazier at third.
And it sounds like at that tournament you had a lot of teams from all over the place.
And first pitch to Daniels will be a ball. Yeah, we had some teams from, we had a team from Indiana, a team from California, and 2 from Colorado. And the boys from Terre Haute were no joke as we go to ball 2.
I bet, and seeing that, coming from Montana and seeing the talent that's all over the United States, I'm sure that's really eye-opening to some of these players, and hopefully they're able to take some of those skills that they see
Daniels is going to take this one right foul down the third base line. Third baseman looking for it, can't put it in the glove, and we'll have strike one off the foul ball. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle. Connor Daniels, the lone lefty for the Mavericks at the Double-A level, also pitches, as we've got a 2-1 count. The stretch. And Daniels is going to bunt this one down the third base line. It's going to land fair. The third baseman a little confused. The ball to first is not in time, and the Mavericks will have runners on the corners with one out.
What a tricky bunt. Had a lot of air under it. This wind is howling out here, as you can see in the outfield with the flags just blowing in the wind. And if that air gets underneath one of these balls, it's going to sail a little ways.
It is, and that's something that we had talked about before the game is got to keep these balls down. Otherwise, they're either going to float and the fielders will be able to get underneath it, or the plus side, as Sam Busey slides in, you'll have maybe one knocked over the fence. Busey's going to let that one go by for strike one. So runners on the corners, one out, 2 runs scored for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle as the throw is made to first. Dane Frazier hopping over at third as Busey settles back in. Mavericks, they're more than just our local Legion baseball team. They're involved in the community, Coleman. As we have the pitch on its way, Busey will foul this one off for strike 2. But last Thursday, we have our dinner at Caris Park, out to dinner, as they call it at Caris Park. Well, the Missoula Mavericks were the A team, the A squad, was down showing off their skills and entertaining the folks down at Caris Park on Thursday night. It was a lot of fun to watch the boys kind of get entertained as Busey's going to hit this one. Shortstop will get it. The throw to second is made in time. Daniels will be punched out. Frazier will come home, and the Mavericks will have a runner at first in Busey.
A little bit of a sacrifice there, but I say it's worth it. Good play.
So that takes us to number 13, Trad Richardson, with 2 outs.
And what good, clean family fun down there for the Mavs to go and set that up and be a part of that.
And the first pitch to Richardson will be a ball. Good to see Trad back in on the defensive side of the ball. Last time, we did see him at the end of the tournament in Rapid City, but before that, as the throw to first is made, Trad, last time on the defensive side, pitched in the final game in the Lewiston tournament. And he does pretty well at the pitching position. I'd like to see him throw a little bit more, but he's going to hit this one off the middle of the bat, foul. And we'll have an even count for Richardson. Watching him pitch, though, Coleman, kind of would like to see him maybe close out for the Mavericks. We have James Martin, the veteran, who has been closing games out, but I feel like Trad's got a really solid couple of innings that he could be effective as a closer.
Absolutely. And coming into the season, we did have a little bit of a pitching problem, but I think they really came into their own and they worked up their pitching staff and buffed it up a lot compared to the beginning.
We are a young team and just needed some experience, and, the Mavericks have certainly got that as the pitch slides over the plate for strike 2.
Oh, my goodness. That wind is just picking that ball and just moving it all the way across the plate.
Bo King in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Yeah, it's going to be crazy to see here at Legends Stadium. It's 325 down the first base line, 410 to the middle of center field as Busey's going to make his way to second, slides in ahead of the ball, and Sam Busey will get the base. Pitch thrown was a ball to even us out at 2. Little interesting fact about Busey is his dad, Adam, makes custom bats. The pitch. And Richardson will hit this one down the third base line. Third baseman will bobble it. He's going to make the throw to first, and it'll be just ahead of Richardson. So the Mavericks will earn 3 runs. They'll leave one on. and we go to the bottom of the first, Missoula leading 3-0. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you feel stuck to your computer when cheering on your prep sports hero when you can't make it to the game? Well, now you don't have to. The Missoula Prep Sports Network has an app for all of Missoula's high school sports fans.
How fantastic is that?
Just search Missoula Prep Sports Network in either the iTunes or Google Play App Store and take the game on the go.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the future.
Missoula Prep Sports Network knows that life is busy and you don't have time to sit by your computer. Download the app and take the game on the go.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as Coleman Caton has rejoined the group, and we are in Butte, Montana for the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners on a conference doubleheader. Game 1, bottom of the first, Mavericks lead 3-1, and the Maverick ace, Brendan Hill, on the bump.
Yeah, Chris, it's been a boring couple of weeks having to watch you guys on the road and, tune in to MPSN406.com to watch you guys. But, hey, you did a fantastic job over the weekend.
Well, thank you, Coleman. I appreciate that. It's been a little lonely without you doing camera work and keeping me entertained with your comical commentary. And leading off for the Miners is number 18, Rylan Richards. He is the left fielder. So Richards, Summer, and Summers due up. Brendan Hill with a deep breath and his first pitch of the game. And that's going to slide over the plate for strike 1. When we were here last, I don't remember if Hill pitched, but I do remember Dylan Chalmers did pitch against the Miners. I was looking through my stuff, and the only stat sheets I don't have is the Butte Miners' second game, as Richards is going to swing on that one for strike 2. Liam Summer in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And this one's down the third base line. Richardson's going to get it. It's going to stay fair. And the runner is going to reach. And they're going to call that one a hit. So the Miners will put a runner on to lead off, as the Mavericks did, and we go to the right fielder, number 8, Liam Summer. Brendan Hill now checks the runner at first, and the pitch. This one's fouled off the Frankie mask for strike 1. Time is called as Summer steps out. Miners manager in the process of giving the signal before he stepped in and just got a little ahead of himself. Throw to first as the runner will stand back up. Good to see our veteran players back at their normal position, and Dane Frazier at first and Trad Richardson at third. This one will bounce down the line. Richardson struggling with the play on that one. The throw to first is not in time. And back-to-back plays. The Miners will put it on, and they're going to mark that one as an error for the Mavericks. So Summer reaching off the error, and we go to the third baseman, number 15, Justin Summers. Coleman, I'm going to stop complimenting our Mavericks because the last 2 times Trad has struggled at third, and it seems like whenever I do, as the first pitch to Summers thrown is a ball.
It's all right. New place, new field. Just getting used to the way the ball hops on this grass. It's totally different than just having a totally dirt field. Just playing off of this.
The pitch. And that one's down the third base line, foul for strike 1. Well, and us broadcasters are superstitious and try not to have bad luck for our players. Try not to do too many stats at one time, or in basketball you don't want to do stats at the free throw line or try to give any receiving stats during football while the receiver's got the ball in the air. The pitch. That one will be golfed at for strike 2. Ryan Moudry in the on-deck circle. Want to say hello to the voice of the Missoula Mavericks, Mr. Paul Yarbrough, listening in Superior, Montana. This one's going to be down the first base line, and Daniels will search for it in the bright sun. Can't get it to go. It's going to be a foul ball, and the batter will stay alive. And Coleman, that's a big blue sky, and the sun is just in the right position right now that it's going to make it difficult.
Oh, it is, and there's no clouds over there. It is nice and blue today.
And with the wind, when you get to that second level, it's really pushing the ball left to right. So Summers will settle back in. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to give us ball 2. So 2-2 on the count. No outs. Runners at first and second. Wasn't able to get our umpires' names today, so I apologize for not being able to give that information. As this one's fouled off the hand grips. Keeps the batter alive at 2-2.
Just out here battling with Hill right now, and he's doing a fantastic job. Looks like Hill might have to switch it up here on this pitch.
Frankie gets him the pitch. He'll check the runner at second. The stretch. And this one's going to be into right field. Connor Daniels will back up looking for it. Can't get it in the glove. That'll bring the runner around from second. They're going to bring the runner from second around third. Here comes the runner from first around third. And the Miners are going to earn 2 runs off the double. And still no outs on the board. And now we go to the catcher, number 13, Ryan Moudry. And that sun being difficult for both teams in the outfield. We saw both the right fielder and the center fielder for the Miners struggle, and now Connor Daniels trying to search for it in the sun. And at this hour, that sun is just right in the perfect spot to get in the eye. First pitch to Moudry will be inside for a ball. Hill, one of the more accomplished pitchers. This is his first season at the AA level. Was a pitcher for the A level, as this one's going to get past Buchanan curve. The runner from second will come around third on his way home, and the Miners will tie it up at 3 off the base hit. And the Mavericks need to do something to close up this valve and slow down the Miners. So the lefty in number 1, Connor Miranda, the third baseman, will come to the plate. The pitch outside for a ball. Lefties are rarity, and Hathaway is now going to stroll out to the mound and converse with his pitcher just to see how things are going. Folks, with the gorgeous weather being so nice, I know everybody's making their trips to, whether it's the lake, the river, or maybe you're just getting out of town to just get away. You should stop in and see our friends over at Fast Trip Conoco on South Reserve. Fast Trip Conoco's got the most convenient gas pumps and the best selection for cold drinks. Stop into Fast Trip Conoco before you make your trip out of town and say hello and thank them for supporting Mavericks baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So we get back into the action here with a 1-0 count. runner at first, and a goose egg under the outs. And Hill will have that one outside for ball 2. Austin Gary in the on-deck circle. Throw to first. Runner will get back. As I mentioned earlier, the A squad down at Karis Park last Thursday, and I went and hung out with them for a few minutes. It was kind of nice to get to know those young men as this one's hit. Martin can't put it in the glove. And just like that, the Miners will have runners at first and second with no outs. And we're going to mark that one down as an error as well. Austin Gary now, the center fielder, number 3, at the plate. Bottom of the first, tied at 3 with runners at first and second and no outs for Butte. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be hit out into left field. That's going to bring the runners up to load the bases as Busey makes the throw in. And the Miner fans on their feet, excited for their boys. We go to number 9, the designated hitter, Peyton Heddick. Loaded bases and no outs. Good opportunity, Coleman, for maybe turning a double play here if the Mavericks can control the ball off the bat.
Absolutely, and these guys are just hitting all the gaps out here today.
First pitch will be swung on for strike 1.
Great pitch from Hill there. Come back, and he's kind of got the weight of the team on his shoulders right now. But I've seen him do it. I know he can. He's got one dirty pick move. I know in the last tournament we played, and I think I've seen him throw out 2 guys with this move.
And there's the throw to third.
Got him.
And they're going to punch him out at third. So that's out number 1 to pick off the runner at third. And an 0-1 for the designated hitter in Heddick. Heddick's going to swing on that one for strike 2. And that was kind of a sneaky little pitch that Hill dropped in there. It looked like it was coming out of the hand with some heat, but that one changing up on the way. The 0-2. This one's down the third base line. Richardson not able to get that one in. Busey will pick it up, and they'll hold the runner at third. And the Mavericks not able to get out away from each other. Put that one up as an error as well. So loaded bases with 1 out. And the second baseman, number 4, Scout Allen for the Miners. Hill with the stretch. And the pitch will slide over the plate for strike 1. The bottom of the order in the on-deck circle in Cash Kelly. So Butte stretching through their lineup in this first inning. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Good pitch.
Mavericks needing to get out of the inning here and close that valve off. The 0-2. And we'll have ball 1. Frankie doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of him.
Absolutely. A lot of respect for those catchers out there all over the place.
Well, you know, they've got a special job out there having baseballs thrown at them, and they've got a weight of the game on their shoulders. They see the field and have to kind of be the general, as we'll have ball 2. Not only that, Coleman, they've got to kind of be a shrink as they've got to get in the head of their pitcher and get him calmed down and throwing the right pitches.
Absolutely.
2-2 pitch with 1 out. And that one's going to be fouled off. Keeps the batter alive at 2-2. Hill 27 pitches in here in the bottom of the first inning. pitch. And that one will be swung on for the first strikeout of the game for the Mavericks. It'll be out number 2. As we go to Cash Kelly, number 7, the shortstop. Bottom of the order for Butte. Loaded bases with 2 outs.
Definitely a tight spot for Hill here, but he is definitely fighting it off really well.
The pitch. And the bunt fouled back towards us for strike 1.
Wow, that's a crazy call for bases loaded and 2 away.
You never know what you can pick up off of a bunt if it's placed just right, especially with the inconsistency with the Mavs so far. But they'll get dialed in here as the pitch will slide over the plate for strike 2. Hathaway will get the boys back into the dugout, and he'll get them squared in and ready for the rest here. 7-inning game, doubleheader, game 1. Tied at 3. Here's the 0-2. Bunt laid down, and that will cash out the inning as the foul bunt will hang 3 on for the Miners, but they will score 3. We go to the top of the second, tied at 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, joined by Coleman Caton. Color commentary as we are in Butte, Montana for a doubleheader against the Miners to start the last leg of conference play in Legion Baseball, as we are just a little under a month away from the state tournament. Leading off for the Mavericks, well, it's the bottom of the order. Bo King, Clayton Frankie. Bo King, the center fielder, settling in. And the first pitch by Wall. King's going to hit this one into left field. It's got some leg on it as it gets up into that upper current, but the left fielder will put it in the glove, and that'll be out number 1. So we move to the catcher now, number 9, Clayton Frankie for the Mavericks. So Frankie to settle in with 1 out. The pitch. And the first one will be a ball. The Frankies went to Rapid City, Mama and Papa Frankie, and I guess Mr. Frankie used to work in the Rapid City area. Had some friends and family down there, as this one's going to be blasted foul down the third base line, out of play for strike 1. But if I understand correctly, Coleman, Mr. Frankie is a buyer for the timber industry. And when he was living down there, you know, they have the Air Force Base just outside Rapid City. And B-52 division. The pitch. And that one's going to be fouled the opposite direction for strike 2.
Foul left, foul right. But the B-52, huh?
Yeah, the B-52. So he was up in the mountains inspecting land. And they were doing some training with the B-52s, and they have the ground sensors out there as the pitch comes, and Frankie will let it go by for ball 2. And The B-52s were training on low flight underneath the radar, and the radar group was trying to pick them up, and he was out there. He went and jumped on his four-wheeler to take a picture at the top of this hill. As Frankie will bounce this one to the shortstop. The throw to first is there, but Frankie will reach for the Mavericks. As we swing, and they're going to go ahead and mark that as an error for the Miners. But back to the Frankie story. He said he was on top of this mountain trying to get pictures of this B-52, and he said the B-52 was so low when it flew over the top of him, he felt like his chest was going to burst because of the pressure.
Oh, goodness.
First pitch to James Martin is going to be low for a ball as we swing to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Throw to first. James Martin with a single, his first at-bat. Earned the first run of the game off the Dane Frazier triple. The 1-0. That one will slide over the outside of the plate for strike one on the right-handed batter. And the throw back to the pitcher will be picked up by the second baseman. Maverick fans traveling well today, as we've got the Martin clan, both throw to first, both Charlie and Kim here. Charlie's mom, and then Kim's got family in town. They were in Sandpoint as well, watching the nephews play. The 1-1. And that one's over the outside of the plate for strike two. And then we've got Mark Richardson here. Looks like the Fraziers are here. And I think that is Brendan Buchanan, Jack Buchanan, Brendan Buchanan's dad down there as well. Here's the 1-2. And Frankie's going to go. The throw to second is made. It'll get the hop and the tag, and that'll be out number 2 to clear the bases.
What an arm by that catcher. From his knees, threw that all the way to second base. That is not a short throw.
And we've got an even count at 2. For James Martin. The pitch. Martin's going to hit this one into right field. It'll hop in front of the right fielder, almost the same track his first hit would go. And with 2 outs, the Mavericks will have another runner at first. And we'll go to the shortstop now, number 10, Brendan Buchanan. He looks down the third base line. Brent Hathaway, in his 28th season with the Mavericks, is the manager and third base coach. Brian Mosier stands at first. Moose, as some of the boys call him. The pitch. Martin's going to go, and the catcher not able to find the ball. And Martin will get the base. Pitch thrown, though, is a strike. Buchanan with a double and a run, his last at-bat. Part of that 2 RBI triple for Dane Frazier. The 0-1. And Buchanan will blast this one foul for strike 2.
Great cut.
Brennan, a great young man. Have had the opportunity to get to know him a little bit over the last couple of years, and we have the pitch. Buchanan's going to put this one into right field. Right fielder's tracking it in the sun and puts it in the glove, and that is the sides. The Mavericks will get a hit. They'll leave Martin on, and we go to the bottom of the second, tied at 3. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. npsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for Missoula Prep Sports Network, as we have a few changes now, as Caden Heydrich has been removed from the designated hitter spot. Trad Richardson is done at third, and Caden Heydrich is over at third now. And Caden Heydrich, oh, I put him down. Okay. Brendan Hill will be in the 7th spot in place of Trad Richardson. So a few changes. Connor Daniels is out. And Braden Jacobson now in right field. Just a few changes to the order here, as Hill's going to throw his first pitch to Rylan Richards for ball 1. Top of the order here in the second, as the second pitch will be fouled back into Frankie for strike 1 to even us out at 1. Liam Summer in the on-deck circle. And Summer is going to take this one out into center field. Bo King racing over, and he'll get it in the gap for out number 1.
Great movement out there, tracking that ball, especially with that wind blowing. We've seen it over there in right field and left field. That wind just pushes that ball all over the place.
Yeah, it's got a nice little draft going left to right as the American flag still stands at attention. Liam Summer comes to the plate now, the right fielder for Butte. And the first pitch by Hill will be a ball. Justin Summers goes to the on-deck circle. So we'll see if the changes made defensively will help the Mavericks out. As this one's down the third baseline fair, Heydrich will pick it up at the line. They're going to say foul, and it'll be strike 1. So an even count at 1. Here's the Hill pitch. That one's going to be fouled off for strike 2. I know we're in baseball season here, Coleman, but here in a couple of months, 6 weeks, a few of these boys are going to be on the football field, as this one's going to be hit off the grips into left field. Busey tracks it down, puts it in the glove, and that is out number 2. One of those is going to be our pitcher, Brendan Hill, up on the mound. He's going to be playing slot receiver for the Sentinel Spartan football program, as well as a little safety. And Coleman, Hill plays that slot receiver position just perfectly. I know he's a little bit undersized, but he has got speed and no fear. First pitch to Justin Summers will be swung on for strike 1.
He's definitely an aggressive athlete, and I appreciate all 3 sport athletes, 2 sport athletes, and all the effort and time they put in to be a full-time student.
This one's down the third base line. Heydrich watches it into the glove. The blast to first, it'll be over, and the runner will reach off the air and stand up at second. There's the tag for the out, and that will end the inning. So the Mavericks recover and get the out to save any runs. We go to the top of the third, tied at 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Coleman Caton in Butte, America, as the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners are set for a doubleheader. Top of the third on the first 7-inning game, tied at 3. Mavericks up. Leading off will be the first baseman, Dane Frazier. Frazier, Heydrich, and Braden Jacobson scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks. Back to your comment about the multi-sport athletes. You know, the Mavericks have little variety when it comes to that, as they do have some athletes that do concentrate on baseball only, but we've got some that are basketball or football athletes, wrestlers. Brendan Hill was with the Sentinel Spartan basketball program, but this winter he decided to go ahead and concentrate his efforts on baseball and didn't participate with the basketball program. But I'll tell you what, I like watching Hill play whatever sport he's in, and on the football field's my favorite, but the basketball court, he's got a great vision as we get ready for Dane Frazier for the Mavericks. Mavericks are heavy on the Sentinel Spartan, as there is one representative from Big Sky in Braden Jacobson, one representative from Hellgate in Clayton Frankie, and then there's Trad Richardson as the first pitch is on its way and across the plate for strike one to Frazier.
A little early on the call on that one.
And then Trad Richardson, as I said, Frenchtown athlete, soccer player, the pitch. And we'll have strike two to Dane Frazier. Frazier with the big triple that scored earned 2 runs for the Mavericks. His last at bat. The 0-2. And we'll have ball 1. Dane Frazier, another Sentinel Spartan product, going into his senior year. The pitch. Frazier will reach for it. It's going to be down the first base line. In play, in the glove, and out, number 1. So now we go to the third baseman, Caden Heydrich. Heydrich, the youngest player at the AA level for the Mavericks, at 16 years old, going into his junior year. The pitch. And that's going to slide over the plate for strike 1. Heydrich struck out his first at bat, and Coleman, he's really come on at the plate lately. Has been playing at third base with Trad Richardson out, and that might have been with Trad fumbling with those 2 as he's going to hit this one into right field. Right fielder is back and in the glove for out number 2.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a really big asset as this Mavs team grows up a little bit.
So now we come to Braden Jacobson in for Connor Daniels in right field, his first at bat. Jacobson, the lone Big Sky representative, graduated this year. Here's the first pitch. Jacobson's going to let that one go over with a little check swing. It's going to be a strike regardless. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Ryan Wall on the bump for the Butte Miners, as we'll have strike 2. The pitch. And Jacobson's going to golf this one fair down the third base line. And no, they're going to call it foul at the last second. Jacobson to stay alive on the 0-2. So the 0-2 now. And this one's fouled down the first base line. We're 3 innings in. Coleman and Ryan Wall unofficially 45 pitches in.
Yeah, great big first innings by both teams, and then kind of each team found their defensive groove. And
this one's going to be a little hopper to the second baseman. Can he get over there in time? He can. So the Mavericks will go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. We stay tied, going to the bottom of 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is the prep on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to Butte, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, joined by our good friend Coleman Caton. Bottom of the third inning, tied at 3. Doubleheader with Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners. And to lead off for the Miners is their catcher, number 13, Ryan Moudry. The 4, 5, 6 batters scheduled on the inning for the Miners as Moudry tightens up his gloves. And Coleman, something that I've noticed this year more than before, and it might be just me, but I've noticed that a lot more batters this year are not wearing gloves.
You know, Chris, I've definitely noticed that too, and I asked my brother because he still plays, and he's like, I just don't need them. They get in the way. They take too much time to put on. I swear by the gloves, honestly.
Here's pitch number 2, and Moudry's going to put this one down. Heydrich will pick it up on the bounce. The throw to first is there, and we will have out number 1. Connor Miranda, the first baseman, to the plate now for the Miners. As you said, Coleman, the first inning for both pitchers a little bit rough, and then both them and their defenses settling in. The pitch, and that one's off the end of the bat. Shallow. Frankie's calling for it, puts it in the glove for out number 2. Mavericks showing that they really are prepared for this final leg of the season. So we go to Austin Gary, the center fielder. Singled his first at bat. The pitch. That one will be fouled backwards for strike 1. Yeah, it is kind of interesting, your brother's comment about the gloves.
Yeah, I like them.
The pitch. This one straight up in the air, over second. Martin calls everybody off, and for the second inning in a row, the Miners go 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 4th, tied at 3. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey in your 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into North Avenue West and life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network with Coleman Caton at Legends Stadium in Butte, Montana. Slight breeze, beautiful day otherwise. Tie game at 3, top of the 4th inning on a 7-inning game. Game 1 of the doubleheader with the Butte Miners. Ryan Wall pitching for Butte. And I just got a check-in from our friend Paul in Superior, as he says he has himself set up on the patio with a snack and a cold drink. So we hope he's going to be able to enjoy this game. Leading off for the Mavericks will be their left fielder, Sam Busey, Brendan Hill, and Bo King, scheduled with Hill in the on-deck circle. So Busey now awaits his first pitch from Walt. And it's going to be fouled off into the bullpen down the first base line for strike 1.
Now, Chris, not very often you see a pitcher put on the gloves and get ready and take a couple swings at the plate.
You know, with the Mavericks, it is something that is kind of common. They do have a few pitchers, and in the past they've had pitchers that batted as well. The pitch. This one's going to be floated over second base. Center fielder will run up, put it in the glove, and that will be out number 1. So now we go to the pitcher, Brendan Hill, his first appearance at the plate for the Mavericks. And when you've got a consistent pitcher like Hill, a consistent batter like Hill, you've got to throw him in the mix.
Yeah, definitely. His batting is just really awesome.
He's going to foul the first pitch off for strike 1. Bo King in the on-deck circle. In Rapid City, his mom, Kathy, came down, and her birthday was on the Saturday of the tournament, as we'll go even at 1 on the ball pitch. And Brendan had quite a good day for his mom. A couple of hits, a couple of RBIs, a run. He did well. Didn't get the win, though. That would have been the perfect birthday present, but Brendan still batted very well, as we never have another one foul off for strike 2. The wind's still stiff out of the west here in Butte. Almost feel like I'm in Great Falls. Hill's going to reach for this one. Will bounce over the pitcher. Shortstop comes up. The throw on the run, and Hill will be out for the second out of the inning. And now we go to the center fielder, Bo King.
In his last at bat, he really got a hold of that one and sent it out to center field, or left center field. And they made a pretty well play on it. Let's see if he can hit a gap on this one here. Level that swing out a little bit.
Bo settling in. The pitch. And the first pitch will slide over the plate for strike 1. King, another one of those multi-sport athletes for Sentinel and the Mavericks. Plays cornerback for the Spartan football program, so he'll be suiting up here in a few weeks as we have strike 2. And then he was all-state for football, and then he's a wrestler as well, which I think is pretty cool second sport for a baseball player, as King will be struck out to finish out the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th, still tied at 3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Coleman Caton in Butte, Montana at Legend Stadium. Game 1 of the doubleheader conference play as we get into the final leg of Legion baseball here in July. And for the Miners, it's the designated hitter, number 9, Peyton Heddick, to lead off the inning. Brendan Hill with the first pitch, and it'll be swung on for strike 1.
Absolutely, and keeping it close in here at the bottom of the fourth, 3-3. What a tight game for these two teams.
Well, both teams stretching out the first inning and then going back-to-back on the 3 up, 3 down as we go even at 1 on the ball pitch. And we'll get strike 2. The pitch. That one's golfed down the third base line. Batter will stay alive with a 1-2 count. Tied at 3. Both teams earning their 3 runs in the first inning, and then it's been shutdownville since then. The pitch. And we'll have ball 2. 2-2 on the count. Mavericks will be on the road this weekend in Canada to take on Medicine Hat as Hill will strike out the batter, and our umpire will give us the phone book tear for out number 1. So that's 3 strikeouts now for Brendan Hill on the day. So now we go to the second baseman, number 4, Scout Allen. 1 out, bottom of the fourth, the pitch. And that one's fouled off for strike 1. Cruising through the game here as we are in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch was at 5:02. We're at 6 o'clock. This one will be bounced out. Buchanan with it. The throw to first. The bounce, but they will punch him out for out number 2. Great job by Dane Frazier over there at first. Keep his foot on the bag and stretch out.
How about that athleticism over there on shortstop to be able to stop that ball and make it that play? That was a great job. Great effort by both players, the first baseman and the shortstop on that.
And it looks like we might have a bunt by Cash Kelly. The shortstop is Caden Heydrich and Dane Frazier inch up on the fringe at first and third. This one's hit. Hill will get it. Runs to first, and once again it's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th. 3-3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you feel stuck to your computer when cheering on your Prep Sports hero when you can't make it to the game? Well, now you don't have to. The Missoula Prep Sports Network has an app for all of Missoula's high school sports fans.
How fantastic is that?
Just search Missoula Prep Sports Network in either the iTunes or Google Play App Store and take the game on the go.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the future.
Missoula Prep Sports Network knows that life is busy and you don't have time to sit by your computer. Download the app and take the game on the go.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Butte, America. Chris Stratton for MPSN, joined by Coleman Caton.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. How about this beautiful day out here in Butte, Montana?
Folks, we want to hear from you. Coleman is on the Twitter feed. Give us a shout out at MPSN 406 on Twitter. And let us know where you're watching and who you're cheering on. As we go to the bottom of the order for the Mavericks, Clayton Frankie, the catcher, to lead things off. Ryan Wall, on the bump for Butte. Frankie to settle in. And the pitch. He's going to swing for strike one. Frankie reached off an error. His first at bat. Wall with the 0-1. And we'll go even at 1. And James Martin stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. The pitch. And we'll get ball 2. Mavericks will be hosting the Northwest Regional Tournament for the second year in a row. And I know they're excited about that. Here's the pitch. And we'll have a 3-1 count now. As Ryan Wall is up over 50 pitches. The pitch. And Frankie will give us a full count at 3-2 on the swing. Frankie, as the catcher, had some extremely big shoes to fill, as Frankie will be walked to lead off the inning, and that will be the first walk of the game for either team. Those big shoes that Frankie had to fill was Spencer Schock, who is actually here in Butte as a minor. He'll get some time playing on the football field this year. As we swing to the top of the order to James Martin. They'll throw to first. Frankie will dive back in, and now he's got pride stripes on that jersey. Top of the 5th, tied at 3. No outs and 1 runner on for the Mavericks. First pitch to Martin. And the pitch thrown will be a strike. The throw down the first base line will be wide. .62 pitches unofficially for Wall. And the throw to first will get Frankie to second, as it will get away from the first baseman. Still struggling to pick it up. Frankie's around second, and he will stand at third.
That might be the run to break this dead streak that we got going on.
That's right. With no outs, there is a threat at third. And when you've got a veteran like James Martin in the box, things could get scary for the opposing team. Here's the 0-1. And Martin's going to send this one into left field. Left fielder's tracking it down. He's got it in the glove. Frankie will tag the run home as the throw is made. And Frankie will stand up across home plate to earn the Mavericks a run to make it 4-3 off the sac fly by Martin. And now we go to the shortstop. the cannon, Brendan Buchanan. Here's the pitch. And the first pitch to Buchanan will be a ball. Brendan came in towards the end of the season last year for the Mavericks, coming up from the A level. Really needed to sheer up the shortstop position, and that is something he did very well as he fouls off that pitch for strike one. Ryan McHugh was playing over there at the shortstop position with Trad Richardson at third last year. And shortstop and second base the previous year to that was a wall with Jacob Bierig at shortstop and James Martin at second, as we'll have strike two to Buchanan. So Hathaway brings Buchanan up to play shortstop and slides McHugh over to third, which was kind of his natural position. And Buchanan will get the base. It looked like that ball might have slid across him. And he'll get on off the hit by pitch. I'm sorry? Oh, they brought him the bat. Okay, so they brought him back. Okay. So 1-2 on the count now. Little confusion there. The pitch. And Buchanan fouls this one off.
A lot of confusion. I saw 0-2 on the board, and I was like, why is he taking a base? But, makes sense that might have been a little inside.
Mavericks getting the run to break the tie at 4-3. And we'll have a 2-2 count now. But Buchanan came in that first game last year at the shortstop position and just had fireworks as he had two unbelievable. And Buchanan will be struck out for out number 2. Just a couple of unbelievable throws that he made out there as we move to Dane Frazier, the first baseman. The pitch. Frazier will let that one go for ball 1. Caden Heydrich in the on-deck circle. The pitch. This one's down the third base line. Gets by the third baseman, and Dane Frazier is going to reach off the base hit with 2 outs. No, 1 out. Got ahead of myself there. No, it is 2 outs with Buchanan being struck out and a sac fly by James Martin, so it is 2 outs. And now we go to the third baseman, Caden Heydrich. Dane Frazier steps from first, and this one's going to be over the second baseman's head. That one got into the wind and pushed to the right. Dane Frazier is around second. Hathaway says, come on home. Frazier will trot home. Heydrich will stand up at third, and the Mavericks will make it a 5-3 lead off the Hydro triple.
Very consistently just coming in, just clutch on this team.
Braden Jacobson. Yeah, the young man has really stepped up. He had some nerves through the beginning of the season, but he has really, through experience on the mound, I think is really what it's done. First pitch to Jacobson will be a ball, but I don't think anything can test your mettle than standing up on the bump and having to face some pretty awesome teams that we have here. This one's going to be hit at the pitcher's mound. It's going to roll over. Second baseman will pick it up. The throw to first will be made, and that will retire the side. So the Mavericks will earn 2 runs. They'll leave 1 on, and they lead 5-3 going to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy. Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Coleman Caton joining us on the call as Brendan Hill stands on the mound for the Mavericks. And we are at the top of the order. Rylan Richards, and the first pitch to Richards will be inside for ball one. Mavericks earning 2 runs in the top of the fifth to break the tie at 5-3. This one's going to be hit off the middle of the bat and over Busey's head. He'll get it on the second bounce, and the runner is going to reach for the Miners. And that'll take us to the right fielder, Liam Summer. So the Miners trying to swing back here, tie it back up. Runner at first is going to go. Pitch will be a strike, and Richards now stands at second.
Yeah, this Butte team is coming out very aggressive on here on the bases right now, trying to get these points back.
That wind is just whipping out there. The American flag, the pole is bouncing back and forth. It's so taut. Throw to second to get the pickoff, but runner will get back. So 0-1 on the count. Runner at second with a pretty good lead for Richards. Here's the pitch. This one's hit at Hill. He'll knock it down. The throw to first, and that will be out number one. Motion on the bases as the runner makes his way to third. And we go to Justin Summers. Hill shaking his head on that one. I feel like he made the right decision there to go to first. I think he wanted to go to third to get the out there.
Yeah, but I think a little bit of hit and run was called on that one, so that third base runner was already most of the way to third by that time the ball got to him.
So now we have Justin Summers, and he'll foul it off for strike one. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of 5, Mavericks lead 5-3. The pitch swung on, and that'll be strike 2. Summers reached both at bats, the first time on a double, the second off of an error, but was tagged out at second to end the inning in the second. He'll swing on that one, throw down the line to first, and that will be out number 2. So now we go to Ryan Moudry, the catcher. And Coleman, you've been impressed with Moudry's play behind the plate.
I definitely have. You know, all catchers they definitely put in the work and have earned their spot on this baseball field, and I have more respect for them than most. You know, all positions are important, but these guys, they put the time in.
And the pitch will get away, but the runner at third will hold, and we'll have ball one. Nice job by Frankie to chase that one down, and here comes Hathaway to stroll out. This is the second visit by Hathaway. time is called. I haven't seen anything in the bullpen down the first base line for the Mavericks, so I don't know if Hathaway is going to probably leave him in, as Hill is one of the top pitchers for the Mavericks. Him and Dylan Chalmers right there, the cream of the crop for the Mavericks. We might see Chalmers in the second game, as he has not pitched since Rapid City. Little slap on the behind by Hathaway, and Hathaway is going to jog back to the dugout now. 2 outs, runner at third. A 1-0 count for Mudry. Hill now with the stretch. And that one's going to slide over the plate for strike one.
They're definitely going to have to clean that ball off. That was some dirty pitching.
Even count at 1. This one's hit up in the air. Martin's looking for it. Jacobson's there, but it's the side. So Miners will get one on. They'll leave him there. We go to the top of the 6th with the Mavericks holding on to their 5-3 lead. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. mpsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, a tint of childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Coleman, Caton in a beautiful Butte, America at Legends Stadium on the hill. And Coleman, my favorite place to watch baseball anywhere is Lindbergh Craig Field in Missoula, but this complex is right up there with some of the other ones that we've seen.
Absolutely. You know, Chris, my favorite place is right at home with a nice cold drink. But yeah, this place is definitely pretty fantastic as well.
And you didn't make the trip with us to Rapid City, but Post 22, it's an older stadium, as they say, but it's a pretty sweet setup that they have there. They put on a pretty good show, and for the Rapid City games, that place was packed every night.
I heard it's right on top of Mount Rushmore. Is that the case, or did they
No. I'm sure they would like to see it up there, but no. Leading off for the Mavericks here in the top of the 6th inning is their left fielder, Sam Busey. So Busey, Hill, and King due up for the Mavericks. So Busey to slide in. Ryan Wall still on the bump. Busey settling in, and the first pitch of the inning. Outside for a ball. And we had Busey pitch in Sandpoint to lead off for the Mavericks. He put 1 inning in, and you talk to his dad, Adam, as he's going to hit this one off the end of the bat. It's going to float into right field. A right fielder with a diving catch for out number 1. Great play by Liam Summer to get the out. Now we go to the pitcher, number 3, Brendan Hill. And action in the Maverick bullpen is Caden Heydrich warming up. Here's the wall pitch to Hill. Hill's going to hit it. It's going to bounce down the third base line. Third baseman will pick it up. The throw to first is there, and that is out number 2. Mavericks picking up 2 runs in the 5th inning to give themselves the 5-3 lead. Now we come to the center fielder, Bo King. And Coleman, Bo has got something a little special that the other players don't have, and the fact that he plays 3 sports that his 2 older brothers played and were successful at. Here's the first pitch to King, and it's going to slide over the plate for strike 1. His oldest brother was a wrestler for Sentinel, as Bo wrestles as well, and you talk to Sean, and Sean says, well, I think Bo is a better wrestler just off pure athleticism, as we get an even count at 1 to King. And then his older brother, I should say, Jackson, played for the Mavericks and was a defensive back for the Sentinel Spartans football program, as we get ball 2. And Jackson is actually here in Butte playing defensive back for the Miners.
Oh, no kidding.
So Bo's got a little special thing that most other athletes don't have, and that's 2 successful, or not the Miners, for the Diggers. Sorry, 3-1. Jackson plays for the Diggers. And I believe he's in his final season at Tech. The pitch. And King will be walked. To get himself on. And with 2 outs, the Mavericks will have a runner at first. So that takes us to the bottom of the order, to the catcher, number 9, Clayton Frankie. As it looks as though hydro is done in the pen, Frankie's going to call time, and Hathaway will give the signal. King at first. You get Bo King on, Coleman, and he's sneaky.
Oh, absolutely. This whole Mavs team is very aggressive on the baseline.
And they're going to throw to first. Frankie awaits his first pitch. Frankie reached on an error his first at bat and was walked his last. And we'll have ball 1 to Frankie. Catcher coming up out of the stirrups and making like he was going to make that throw down the first base line. 2 outs, run 1 on. And Frankie's going to send this one into left field. It's up in that airspace, but it's going to be a pop out to end the inning. So the Mavericks, they'll get 1 on and leave them there. We go to the bottom of the 6th with Missoula looking to hold on to their 5-3 lead. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana-Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana-Alberta state tournaments.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, Coleman, Caton at Legend Stadium in Butte, America. First game of the doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners.
Making great time as we head into the bottom of the 6th here. Only an hour and a half almost into
an hour and 25 minutes to be exact. For the Miners, they will have their first baseman, number 1, Connor Miranda, lead off. The 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled on the inning. Brendan Hill on the bump. And the first pitch of the inning. And it's going to slide over the plate for strike one. Kind of a interesting strike zone our umpire has, as that pitch will give us ball one. Miranda reached off an error his first at bat, popped out his last. And we'll have ball two. We did see Hydro in the bullpen warming up earlier, so we'll see if during the Mavericks at bat. And we'll even it out at 2, and Miranda questioning the call. And you know, Coleman, we're lucky with our umpire pool in Missoula, as we'll go to a full count at 3-2. Our umpires in Montana do a pretty good job of letting the press box know any changes or anything like that. And when we were Rapid, that was the one thing that was a little frustrating for me, was whenever there was a change made, nothing was said to the press box, as Hill will walk the batter to lead off the inning. That'll be the first walk of the game for Hill.
Yeah, we have a very good, just and fair umpire pool here in Montana, and that's something you don't see very often.
And Butte's going to bring in a pinch runner, number 23. As Miranda will head back out. So Austin Jerry now at the plate for Butte. And all teams in Montana getting into the final leg of conference play, as most of them had the pitch, and that'll be a ball, as most of them had tournaments over the weekend for 4th of July, whether they were hosting a tournament or participated in one. The throw to first as the runner gets back. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you squaring me away on the ore diggers and not the miners, as Lawrence already ribbed me about that one. Here's the pitch. It'll be low for a ball. So 2-0 on the count to the first baseman, or I mean the center fielder. Runner's going to go at first. The pitch will get away from Frankie, so they're going to encourage him to make his way to third. The throw is there, but not in time. And the Miners will have a runner at third now with no outs. And Hill will be done. Looks like he's probably going to move to third as Hydro makes his way in. So we'll have a pitching change here at Legend Stadium. Mavericks lead 5-3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and the Cross Wolf is Missoula's one-stop
Nutrition Superstores, high-energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Caden Heydrich now on the bump for the Mavericks. 3-0 count, and the first pitch he throws will be a strike to Austin Jerry. So Brendan Hill now at third. Heydrich on the bump. And the batter will be walked to put runners on the corners. And we will go to Peyton Heddick, the designated hitter. Frankie will step in front of the plate and signal the field on the out. Bottom of the 6th. No outs. Mavericks with a 5-3 lead on this first game of the doubleheader, scheduled for 7 innings. The pitch. That one's fouled off for strike 1. So Brendan Hill in 5 innings, struck out 3, walked 1, allowed 3 runs off of 5 hits, 71 pitches unofficially, 51 of which were called strikes. Throw to first now. Heddick reached off of a error. His first at bat was struck out his last. The hydro pitch. Runner's going to go at first. Frankie with a throw to second. It is there, and the tag. And the runner from third will score. And the bases will be cleared. The Miners make it 5-4. And the pitch thrown.
What do you think about that play, Chris? A little bit of...
It was a ball. Go ahead.
What do you think about that play? Throwing it to second, getting the out, but having that runner come in and score, it's kind of a little detrimental with this score being so close in this game.
Pitch inside for a ball. Yeah, that is very interesting. I don't know if I would have made the throw. I might have left that runner go. And Hydro with the strike pitch to even us out at 2. Scout Allen in the on-deck circle for the Miners. The pitch high to give us a full count at 3-2. The pitch. And the batter will be walked. So 3 walks in a row for the Mavericks. And now we go to the second baseman, number 4, Scout Allen. 1 out, 1 on as Allen settles in. The pitch. And that'll slide over the plate for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on for strike 2. Hydro's confidence has really built over the last month on the mound, and you can see it in his play at third as well as batting, as he's going to have this one hit off the middle of the bat. King will come up, let it bounce in front of him, and the Miners will have runners at first and second with 1 out. As we go to the bottom of the order, the shortstop, number 7, Cash Kelly. And Frankie will step in front of the plate to signal the field on the out. 1 out, runners at first and second. Caden Heydrich, as both Frazier and Hill move up to the fringe, expecting a bunt. And the bunt will be laid down, picked up by Hydro. The throw to first is made, and the runner will reach to load the bases up for the Miners. And with one out, we will swing to the top of the order to number 18, Rylan Richards, the left fielder. Dane Frazier and Hill look like they still expect a bunt. The pitch. And that'll be a ball. So even count at 1 now. And we'll have ball 2. The pitch. Batted down the third base line. Hill will pick it up. The throw home will be made. And that will save the run for out number 2, and it'll keep the bases loaded. With 2 outs now when we go to Liam Summer. Heydrich checks the runners, loaded bases, and the pitch. That'll slide over the plate for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on for strike 2. Runner at third. Hop down the line, but he'll make his way back. So an 0-2 count with 2 outs and loaded bases. Caden Heydrich looking to get out of the inning with just 1 run earned. And the pitch is fouled off to keep Summer alive at 0-2. Mavericks make it through. We'll have the top of the order in the top of the 7th. Missoula leads 5-4. Held Butte off. This one's going to bounce out. Hydro can't get a hand on it. This one's going to be Buchanan. He can't pick it up. And not paying attention as Martin. The throw home is made. Not in time. And the Miners earn 2 runs to take a 6-5 lead over the Mavericks with 2 outs.
Man, Chris, that might be the quickest kid I've ever seen.
And now we come to Justin Summer with 2 outs and runners at first and second. And this one's going to be bounced out. This time Martin will get to it. The toss to Buchanan, and that will retire the side. So the Miners earn 3 runs to take a 6-5 lead. They leave 2 on. We go to the top of the 7th where it's all or nothing for the Mavericks. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. npsn.com. Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Chris Stratton, Coleman, Caton in Butte, America for a doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Butte Miners. And in the bottom of the 6th, the Miners swung back to take the lead for the first time in the game, 6-5. Top of the order for the Mavericks, James Martin, Brendan Buchanan, and Dane Frazier. In this 7-inning game, it is all or nothing for the Mavericks, down 6-5. And leading off is James Martin, the second baseman. A little confusion in the last inning with Martin over at second. As Buchanan kind of shoveled one to him, but he was watching home plate. First pitch to Martin will be a ball. James is 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. And we'll go to ball 2. Ryan Wall pitching the stretch for the Miners. The pitch. And we'll have strike 1 to Martin. Brendan Buchanan in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Pitch. This one's going to be placed over the second baseman's head. It's going to roll deep into right field, and Martin's going to slide into second with a double for the Mavericks to get them going here in the top of the 7th. And now we go to Brendan Buchanan. Tying run at second with no outs. The pitch. And that'll be ball 1. Dane Frazier stands in the on-deck circle. Buchanan 1 for 3, a single with a run his first at bat, then a fly out and a strikeout his last at bat. The pitch. And the pitch getting away from the catcher, and that'll put Martin at third, and now the tying run just down the third base line for the Mavericks. And time is called as the Miners pitching coach will make his way out to the bump, as well as the catcher. Maverick fans, if you are looking to do some traveling, well, you should get a hold of our good friends at Grand Slam Travel. Mark Richardson does a great job of making sure that all you have to do is pack, get on the plane, and have some fun. He looks for all of the best deals on motel rooms or Airbnb, whatever it is your choice is to stay. Have some fun and get away. Call our friend or get a hold of our friends at Grand Slam Travel. Just look them up on Facebook at Grand Slam Travel. We get back to the action now. Buchanan with a 2-0 count. Martin standing at third. Mavericks down 6-5, top of 7. And the pitch to Buchanan will slide over the plate for strike 1. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for Missoula. The pitch. And we'll get an even count at 2 now. Buchanan struck out his last at-bat. Hathaway with no signal as he walks down the third base line. The pitch. Buchanan's going to swing on it. It'll bounce to the third baseman. They're going to throw home. Martin will be tagged out for out number 1. And Buchanan will get on at first. tough call.
Yeah, definitely.
So now we go to Dane Frazier, the first baseman. Caden Heydrich in the on-deck circle. So one down here for the Mavericks. Top of 7. Buchanan at first. The pitch. And that'll slide over the plate for strike 1. Frazier's going to put this one down the first base line. It's got some leg on it. The right fielder is there. He can't put it in the glove. It's fair. Buchanan with the tag at first now. And with one out, the Mavericks will have runners at first and second. Now we go to Caden Heydrich. Miners fans are not happy with the call. They thought that one was foul. And now we go to Caden Heydrich. Hydro settling into the box. 1 for 3. With a triple and an RBI his last at bat. The pitch. And he'll reach for it. Fouls it off for strike 1. Coleman, can you feel the tension building?
Absolutely. It is definitely getting heated, and being out in the sun for 2+ hours, it doesn't help with nerves. That's for sure.
Miners with a 6-5 lead, earning 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Hydra will reach for it. It's going to bounce down the third base line. Third baseman's going to make the throw to first. It will be in time for out number 2. Motion on the bases puts runners at second and third for the Mavericks now with 2 outs. And now we go to Braden Jacobson, the right fielder. Ryan Wall. No movement in the bullpen. Butte with one trip out to the mound to check in with their pitcher. Other than that, Ryan has done very well as we have ball 1. The pitch. And that one will give us strike 1. Braden Jacobson coming in for Connor Daniels in the third inning. And this one's going to foul off into the Maverick bullpen for strike 2. So with 2 outs and runners at second and third, Mavericks' hopes lie in the 1-2 count to Jacobson. And he'll swing the pass ball, the throw to first, and that is game, folks. So the Butte Miners get the win over the Mavericks in comeback fashion, Coleman, 6-5.
What a way to play that first game of this doubleheader.
Yeah, it was good baseball all the way through. The Mavericks, they would earn their 5 runs off 10 hits, commit 3 errors, and leave 5 on. The Miners, they would get their 6 runs off of 8 hits. They would commit 3 errors and would leave 6 on base. Ryan Wall gets the win, only allowing 5 runs off of those 10 hits. Struck out 3, walked 1 in the 7 innings he stood on the mound. For the Missoula Mavericks, Brennan Hill would pitch 5 innings, struck out 3, walk 1, allow 3 runs off of 5 hits, and then Caden Heydrich would come in, pitch an inning, walk 2, allow 3 runs off of 3 hits, and the Miners get the win. We'll have the second game of the doubleheader, folks, in about 20 minutes. We'll talk to you soon right here on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.